right, it is the after show. I am here with Captain Lee, Captain Sandy, Captain Glenn, Captain Jason, and Captain Kerry. Over at the bar, it's Captain Kate McHugh from Celebrity Beyond. You know, Captain McHugh, we've talked to Sandy a lot about how rare it is to have female captains in your industry. Tell me a little bit about your backstory. How did you wind up helming such a beautiful, huge ship?
You know, I went on a cruise when I was 12 years old. I told my parents when we were packing the car to drive home, I knew what I wanted to be when I grow up. My dad said, "What's that?" I said, "The person that plans all the fun events on board." He said, "The cruise director?" I said, "Yeah, I want to be the cruise director." And my dad said, "You can do anything you want in the world, including drive the thing." That's where the seed was planted. Fast forward to 19 years at sea. I was given my promotion to captain here at Celebrity Cruises.
By a woman.
By a female.
That's great. That's great. Very cool. That's cool. Are you a Below Deck fan?
I am.
Yeah.
Don't ask me my favorite captain, though.
All right. It's amazing how many people in the industry watch the show. Isn't
Pretty
it?
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 And what's even more amazing sometimes is the amount of people that deny it and still watch it anyhow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, one thing I've noticed in the last over BravoCon was how many people are watching it because of their grandparents or father or mother or whatever. We're in the maritime industry.
Oh, is that true?
So they're actually watching it on behalf of getting to know what their forefathers were doing. It's actually quite interesting.
One thing that's interesting to me is that the show is it's a workplace drama, which is part of the reason why I think people love it so much. But people are sleeping together and fighting, and it adds elements that you would never see in a workplace. And I think that, especially for American audiences, they're always trying to impose kind of HR issues that you see in American corporate structures that just don't exist on boats. As someone who has, is that frustrating for you all at all, hearing from viewers? Because for me, it's like, this is a boat. It's not necessarily like that.
We don't work 9 to 5. We don't leave our problems at home. We wake up with them. So
right.
from a captain's point of view, we actually really have to tap into our crew members and understand them, and because that's our home.
Because it's actually common that people have relations with other crew members and stuff, whereas
normal rules don't apply to us.
Right.
Because it's not a democracy out there. There's no HR except the captain.
Right.
So you have to change and modify your what you're doing as things progress. And they're not always the same.
It's a lot of pressure.
Right.
But obviously you got to make sure that no one's doing it. Like if they say no, they respect that.
Yeah.
Right.
And we had people in the same department, but it was, it wasn't somebody in a superior role, coercing someone. That's very, very important. That's never going to be tolerated.
We have our guidelines and policies. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to say it's because we don't really have a home life. We get off work, but we're still part of that. We're still there, and so and we're constantly moving. We don't know where we're going to be next Wednesday. Right?
I'm curious. So you've done 3 seasons. You've had 1 that's aired. The 2 of you have been on countless seasons. Have you found yourself as captains? You're on the boat. You're captaining the boat. I guess this is mainly for Lee and Sandy and maybe Glenn a little bit. Do you find yourself, as you're captaining, do you hear the viewers in your head? Does that ever get to you, or are you able to focus and just captain?
Focus.
Focus.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's back there, but you don't pay attention to it.
Right. Lee?
No, I don't care what the viewers think. My job is, I do care what they think.
No, exactly.
But I don't
your
care.
job is to be the captain.
My job is to be the captain and make sure that we're done safely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody on board is taken care of in the proper fashion, and everything else is secondary. If I keep my head down, do my job, everything else works out.
I think the other thing that people don't realize is you're on these boats, so and the crew is there, and there is a whole other crew, which is the camera crew and the producers. How hard is it for you all navigating running the ship and running the crew, and then you have this whole other, you you have cameras everywhere, and there's people, and there's not a lot of space. How challenging is that?
You know, Andy, I think over the years, my experiences, we've evolved together because you're a captain, you're like, you can't do that, you can't do that. And then you realize they're creating a TV show, so you develop that mutual respect and you want it to succeed. And I have to say, our show is the truest of form. There is no made up stuff like that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people always ask that question. You know, when I was home in Canada just now, everyone's like, is it scripted? And it's like, no, not at all. you know?
Right.
I think going from season 1 to season 2 is a good example, because season 1 I was like, how's this going to come out?
Yeah.
Seeing what the process was,
Yep.
it was true to form.
Have you shot season 2 yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So season 2 has come out. Doing season 2 was just like, just knew it was going to be right.
And going from 0 to 1,
Yes.
it's 100%. I mean, you're capturing everything that we're doing.
Yeah. I'm curious for you, Captain Kerry, what was the most surprising thing for you shooting one season of this show, having just watched Med and Below Deck before? Was there something that you were
There's
like...
so much that we can't show. There's so much more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if we had like more time to show everything.
Yes.
I mean, bloody adventure is incredible. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I've been all over the world,
Yeah.
literally. And when I got to Norway and seeing, like, we've seen the first episode and we've seen what this much it has to offer.
Right, right,
absolutely
right.
incredible.
There's so much more.
It's so incredible.
Yeah. Curious, I talked to a couple of you about this, but anyone else, Sandy, did you meet anyone at BravoCon that you were excited to meet or connect with?
I think because it can, like, I met Giselle and Dorit.
You met Garcelle and Dorit.
I mean, Garcelle
yes.
and Dorit.
Yeah.
I really loved them, and it was
Yes.
so great to see them. Lee and I were very happy. But you know what my favorite part of BravoCon was? The fans, of course, but was the golf carts. And number 9, back up. You know, like the traffic
We were
jam.
all in golf carts backstage.
And then you see the
Yeah.
same people
So
trying to
much.
get to where they're going. That was my favorite.
One of the best. Oh, sorry, you go again.
Okay, so yeah, I had a first meeting that was really amazing, and it was all these guys.
Yeah,
Meeting these guys
yeah,
for the first time in person was,
was
just
so cool.
so incredible.
And the other,
I loved it. It's so cool.
and the other Below Deck crew members were all
Exactly.
intertwined. It was actually the franchises came together, and it was honestly peace.
That's great.
Yeah, and I
You know,
loved
Lee and I were talking in the
Kerry.
back. I mean, you have to be blown away. The show started how many years ago? 8, maybe 9, 10.
10
I
years
mean,
ago.
you certainly had no idea it would.
No,
bloom
I
into
thought
this.
my career in yachting was over on day one.
Isn't that
It's
incredible?
just like, and then it has morphed, and in a positive way,
Yes.
in a very positive way. And the audiences have been very, very receptive to it.
Yeah.
And as time went on, the yachting community became very receptive to
Yeah.
it. And they realized that we're not the enemy here.
Yes.
And we're not.
That's great.
It is.
Well, I want to thank all of the captains for being here, and I especially want to thank Captain Kate McHugh from Celebrity Beyond for the absolutely brilliant welcome and for hosting us. Thanks, Celebrity Beyond, and thank you, captains. For more, click around BravoTV.com. That was great. Yes. Yep. Thanks for watching. Watch more clips here and subscribe to our channel here. See ya.